there with the field goal, I think was great for our football team. Those guys, I'm really proud of how they've performed throughout off-season program, through training camp. I feel like that field goal put a cap on that, really all that hard work. So I'm really pleased with that. You know, we weren't perfect, like we're never going to be perfect, but I was really pleased with how we, the effort throughout the day. And then we'll set our sights on, obviously, next week. Have a good week before we take a little break and start week one. But really pleased with how we finished.
Kevin, it was obviously a bit of a rough second half for Shedeur and the Browns and the entire Browns offense. But like, why didn't you keep him in for the 2-minute drill? Why didn't you decide to take time?
Yeah, obviously we didn't play great as an offense in the second half. That's never on one person. So we can be better in a bunch of areas. I just felt like we wanted to be a slow ball last year.
Did Shedeur have something wrong with him?
Walked up to you after taking his walk down to the pylon, and then he walked back up to you on the sidelines before Snoop went in, and he said something to you. You shook your head. I mean, was he trying to get back in?
He's a competitive kid. Well, the plan was to go with Snoop there, so but I wouldn't make it.
How would you analyze the way Dylan Gabriel played?
Yeah, again, you know, you talk about the quarterback position. It's really about all 10 around that player and how he's playing. So I thought he made some good decisions, made some good throws. I know there's plays that he wants back, but as a group, you know, we have plenty to clean up.
There's another teammates that have a difficult decision at kicker.
Yeah, all those type of decisions, Tony, will come.
Dylan, with the 2-minute drive came out, you talked about situations, but what most impressed you about him during that drive?
Yeah, again, just us getting, it's an 11-man operation there, guys getting open, getting the ball out on time. I think did a nice job in a couple different concepts, working the middle of the field, but I was pleased with how that group finished the half.
You say he's playing better than he did last week, though.
Honestly, Jeff, I don't remember last week.
You know, is there a long-term concern about defense needs?
Not a long, well, we're on testing, so it's hard to say. I'd say let's get the testing.
When Shedeur, it seemed like he reverted to some of the drifting or to the retreating. Is that because maybe he's in there with third and 14ers and it's just not going the way he wanted to, or what did he want?
I think with all of our players, Mary Kay, there's things that we can do better, and there's some good moments out there, but that's what our job as coaches, you know, to develop our guys.
Yeah, Dylan had that 2-minute drive, and Huntley obviously had to drive to, win the game for y'all, get the game to field goal rather. Kind of what do you think that says about the place that y'all have in place for these 2-minute drills, and then of course how y'all hammer that down in the significance of it?
I think in the course of a 60-minute game, there's just so many situations that come up, and it's our job as coaches to prepare our guys for those moments and make sure that there's a shared situational awareness among our football team. And I thought the entire preseason we get an opportunity at a bunch of different situations.
With Dylan, it seemed like he just seems a lot more comfortable in those 2-minute drills, just almost like he can play freer. Is that an accurate assessment?
I don't know. Good question. I'm not sure how he would feel answering that, Chris. I think he just, that entire group operated really well.
You got good pressure from the young guys, right? Dwyer, Huntington, Thomas.
Huntington, Jayden played fullback for us in the first play of the game. He played special teams, was disruptive on defense. He's on our football team. Maybe he said I could share that with you guys. So he made the football team. But I'm pleased with that entire defense and just how they were relentless to get that quick.
There are a lot of sort out, I don't think at the wide receiver position, obviously, but Gage has been just awesome this entire preseason. I'm sure you guys felt that way too. Just what can you say about him from camp to now and it's kind of like?
Yeah, a lot to sort out, but real pleased with Gage and all of those young guys in that room and really in all those rooms. All of them did what we asked them to do. Constantly were in the building getting better. He's an example of a young man that knows what to do, can line up everywhere, and performed both in practice and in the games.
Like Shedeur may have been headed towards the X-ray room after the game. Maybe I have that wrong, but he was headed there.
No.
You're going to injury update, Peter Strong, concussion.
Concussion protocol, Cade, concussion protocol.
And how bad place
So we have a lot to clean up as a football team, offense, defense, special teams, and that's our job as coaches to identify some of those things and get them worked out. But I'm really, really pleased with the effort. I know can be a small thing, but I'm really pleased with the effort.
How about that first team being out there? We talked about that. Like Joe knows his first. A lot of those guys are first time, and then Harold capped it off with his first team.
Yeah, good to get down there, good to execute in those moments, but pleased with how those guys operated.
See, one of your bigger decisions this week is who will back up Joe in that Bengals game.
I'm just not there yet, Mary Kay. I think we got to get through the next conversation.
Harold specifically for him, and just how big that cap is, kind of cap his preseason. What have you seen how he is just sort of developed and grown as a player?
He's done a nice job. He's a young player, just turned 21, but we've really challenged him a lot, Chris, in just the different places we put him, and he's accepted that challenge. He's a very, very competitive kid. He plays hard, so we're excited about him. Good. Okay, thank you, guys.
When that first started to kind of go out there,
We all know it's
when you've been in the league so long, we all know as players, like you're getting ready to play that last preseason game, and ultimately, I think it was good to get out there and kind of get your feet wet a little bit, get some rustiness off, get your mind, preparing for a game, going through the pregame, all that stuff. I think there's a lot of value in it.
He then goes to walk out with a knee brace. I know how valuable he is to you and to his team. Just how much of a concern is that to see him with a brace?
Yeah, I think anytime you see guys, walking around less than 100%, you're concerned for your main guys. So we'll see how he feels.
There with the field goal, I think was great for our football team. Those guys, I'm really proud of how they've performed throughout off-season program, through training camp. I feel like that field goal put a cap on that, really all that hard work. So I'm really pleased with that. We weren't perfect, like we're never going to be perfect, but I was really pleased with how the effort throughout the day. And then we'll set our sights on, obviously, next week. Have a good week before we take a little break and start week one. But really pleased with how we finished.
Kevin, it was obviously a bit of a rough second half for Shedeur and the entire Browns offense, but why didn't you